Well, hello there. So I just published an older video I made maybe a year ago, and I started thinking that maybe I should create something new. And one thing I was considering, or I am considering right now, is to just show you some things about project-specific notes. So, given that you have landed on this video, you must have some interest in Zettelkasten systems, or even analog Zettelkasten. Analog meaning that it's based on paper and handwritten notes, not so much on digital notes. And yeah, I lost my train of thought. So what I want to talk about today is project-specific notes. So here you can see my box of notes, and it has two drawers. So one drawer, the left one, this is the drawer for the main notes, and as you can see, it's getting full already. Well, in the back, of course, I have some empty note cards that I sometimes need to use, colored ones, and here on the right I have the right drawer is for project-specific notes. So what are project-specific notes? Let's take a look. And wow, there is more. Okay. Yeah. So this is also. Sorry if I'm making you seasick. This camera is. What? Do I really have so many project-specific notes? Okay, never mind. So the project-specific notes are notes that are strictly made for a single purpose, and that is the purpose is to create something or finish a project or whatever. So let's take a small example. There are two books that I want to write right now. Well, there's actually more than two, but these two are that I'm actively thinking about. One is called Center Enter Turn, and the other is the Programmer's Toolbox. Okay, and I will explain why I'm talking about it right now. So these are examples of project-specific notes. These notes here that you see, these are made for the Programmer's Toolbox book that I haven't written yet and hoping to write soon. And these notes are only for the second book called Center and Return. So how does it work is that, let's say I have collected main notes, a lot of main notes here, and then I see, okay, there is enough material to maybe start thinking about writing a book. And then I come up with an idea, and one idea was this Programmer's Toolbox. Because I'm a software engineer by my profession, then I kind of know what I want to talk about, and then I started thinking about it and doing some preparatory work for the book, for actual book. So the book is the project, and these notes are meant for this book. And as you can see here, this is the first page, not first page, sorry. This is the first note, and this is the the idea for a table of contents. So I just wrote it down without worrying about anything. Just this one option for this table of contents. Next one in this project is some kind of mind map, or yeah, I don't even know what it is, that I wrote down, sketched, and yeah, and that's how this, yes, scribbling down. Then some research plan that I made, etc., etc. Then this bibliography for this book that I should be reading to maybe get a better idea what to write about, some general ideas, etc., etc. And then what do we have here? And then we have some subsections of the book, like this is, to translate it in English, it means what it means to have good tools. And this is a quote from Rob Kosman. He's a YouTuber who's like doing some carpentry work, and I remembered him talking about that the 30% of your work that you do is through your sweat and your effort, and 70% is the things that your tools are doing. But if you have bad tools, then this is upside down, meaning that 70% of the work is done through your sweat and your physical effort, and 30% is only done by the bad tools. So this is just something that I want to include in this book because it's called Programmer's Toolbox. And yeah, and then some of the idea I had is that each chapter, or could be like 1,000 words, and if I have 30 chapters, it will make up 30,000 words. Then another section for who is this book for, what problem is this book solving, and some notes about interesting reading material, maybe, and another list of books that I should be reading. Well, actually, if I look at it right now, then I have read most of these books. Yeah. Another idea, a subsection in the book or essay, maybe a chapter, is the programming is not typing. That meaning that programming is more than typing. If you want to be a good programmer, you have to be first and foremost a person who can solve problems, and not just any problems, but difficult problems. And this Programmer's Toolbox gives you the tools that will help you actually on the way to on the way to solve these problems. And here are some examples from my own life where I struggled with a problem for 2 weeks. I couldn't solve it anyway. Anyhow, like I couldn't solve it, so I just was really frustrated. And then one day I sat down and I just solved it with one day. So, and here are some examples. Well, and in the project-specific notes, I'm leaving these reference IDs to the other notes that are in the main box, meaning that there are a lot of more material if I open up this section, then I will get more information for this specific one. This is only summary or something, and if I'm going to start writing the chapter on this chapter or subsection, I should open up this part in my main box and I will get a lot more material from there. Well, let's do that right now. Let's see what can we find in 505 2b. Okay, so 505, 2, 2b. Okay, so this is a section about the hammock driven development. Okay, let's look. 2b, 2b, 2b5, and then it's 2c, and that's not related anymore. So these notes are about the hammock driven development, not only about that, but everything that's related. And it's based on the talk that Rich Hickey gave, and here you can see the source. You can find it in YouTube if you want to listen. It's one of my favorite tech talks before. And here are some of his ideas, like they're like this wakeful mind, I don't remember how it, waking mind and background mind. So when your waking mind can't handle the problem, you should put the problem in the background for the background mind to work on it. And here is some advice like step away from your laptop, and what are the positive effects of walking. How Henry Poincaré solved the problem. Well, and it's related, of course, with the Heureka moment when Archimedes was sitting in his bath and just randomly found the solution. Why good ideas are coming when you are showering. Default mode network. This is, I don't know, some kind of PET scan experiment. And then is Bernard Russell quote about burying your thoughts to like actually solve them. Slow hunch, sleeping, etc., etc. Okay. And each of these notes contain some other notes they can open, like for example this hammock driven developments is related also to 505.6, and it's referencing back to this project note also. Yeah, well, basically, so this 505 TOB is giving me like a signpost where to look to get more detailed information for this chapter that I'm going to write someday, maybe. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, so this is project-specific notes, basically. And this is only one book that I'm developing. Yeah, I forgot about this idea for a long time, so I haven't worked on it for a year or maybe for two years. And what is the magic of this paper Zettelkasten is that I can always come back to this and continue my work knowing exactly where things are. And so another project specific notes is the second book that has like grown out of these notes, mainly from the section called 505, and this section is about solving problems. And this book is also about how to solve problems more generally, not meant for programmers, right? So these are, I think, two of them, the thickest project-specific notes, but there are like others, even for some small essays. Or okay, let's look at those. Oh my God! I can't. With one hand, it's difficult to move things around. Yeah. So what other things are in the project-specific notes? here are some of the essays for my school about Joseph Conrad, for example, and also some, yeah, this is like school work. Then I have projects for some fiction. This is an idea for a short story, then something about cloning Elon Musk, etc. These are like science fiction related. And what else? How to write an essay. So I wanted to make a course about this, and I created this here. So and gathered specific things for how to write an essay. Core principles, orient, navigate. See, this is all for this specific thing. Okay, let me put things back as they were, otherwise there will be a mess. And I have no idea how it's... Okay, so it's like this. 1 second. Okay. So, next is... Well, let's forget about it, I will do it later. So, yeah, and that's what I want to talk about. Project specific notes. If you have any questions, just leave a comment. I will try to answer them or make a new video. And yeah, hope you liked it. And I will be actually writing this book, the Programmer's Toolbox. I was thinking about writing it publicly on the platform called LeanPub, and working on this book slowly and meticulously. So it's not, luckily it's not a huge book. I think I can finish it in 3 months, at least the first draft. And when the first draft is done, then of course it requires a lot of editing and revising and etc. But yeah, this is the first project I will try to finish. And yeah, so like, subscribe, whatever they say. And I will actually be trying to make more videos in the future. So yeah, bye.